What's up, guys? It's a Tens here, and it's been like 2 or 3 weeks since I uploaded a video. Um, Something happened to me the day that I last uploaded. It was very like life changing, you could say. That day I made that last vlog about the montage and stuff. I had a seizure, and it was the first one I've ever had. And like, I'm a perfectly healthy 20-year-old boy with no history of that in my family whatsoever. So it was something very scary. It wasn't even a couple hours after I uploaded that video that happened to me. And I don't want to go into too much detail about it because it's just long and boring, and I've told the story a million times to people. So that happened, and scared the hell out of me. Really did. Like, I every day, like, I wake up and, I don't know if it's going to happen again. No one knows. And it just worries me that it could happen again, or that I'm going to be alone when it happens again. And it's scary. It really is. And not only like that and that was a Sunday, by the way, that I had that. And the day after, I had another one. I had 2 seizures in less than 18 hours apart from one another. And it definitely took a lot out of me. The first night I had one, I went down to the local hospital right down the road from where I live, and they released me after a few hours. I was like, everything looks fine. There's nothing wrong with your brain. We're going to schedule you for an EEG, which I'll tell you about those more. I'll tell you about that later. A couple days from now. I was like, all right. And after a seizure, guys, your muscles and your body, like, it hurts. It feels like you worked out, and you're drained. You're so physically drained that it honestly feels like you stayed up for like 48 hours and just worked out the whole time. Like, your muscles hurt, your body just hurts, and you're just tired. You're so tired. I've never been like that tired ever. I was drained. And Monday morning I woke up and I just like a slight headache. And I was like, all right, let's just hope that doesn't happen again. And I went out and I did a couple things I needed to do. And me and my mom were out at Wendy's, and I was standing in line and I was telling her what I wanted, and I felt really like sick. I was like, I need to sit down. She was like, all right, go ahead. So I sat down, and when I sat down, I felt okay. And then I ate, and I went home, and I was fine. Like, I felt okay. I was just tired. I was like, all right, now I have to work later. I'm gonna, lay down, take a nap, sleep for a few hours, and like, I just need to catch up on sleep. Then I'll have all my energy back. Well, when I was sleeping, I had one of those dreams where it feels like you're falling. And normally, like, when you have that dream that feels like you're falling, you like wake up and the feeling goes away. But what had happened with me was I opened my eyes and the feeling didn't go away at all. I still had that feeling. And my head was just like throbbing, and like I felt like dizzy and lightheaded, like the room was spinning. And I remember, like, I yelled for whoever could hear me. And I had another one. My second seizure. And, like, not even 18 hours apart from each other. So, after, like, that happened, next thing you know, I was in a car. I was at the hospital. And then I was there, and I felt fine. They're IVing me and drawing blood and, just all these tests, and I was tired. I just wanted to go to sleep. But the doctor I had the second day there was a real dick, and he was like, oh, nothing happened. My parents were like, listen, we're not fucking leaving here until you can tell us what happened. So, you need to do something. They called this hospital down in Pittsburgh, UPMC Presbyterian, which they admitted me to. So now I'm in Grove City Hospital. Ambulance comes there, picks me up, go an hour drive to Pittsburgh. They're in there. I wasn't even in that hospital for a half hour. The neurologist come in and said, by the sounds of it, you had a seizure. Because we weren't sure what it was up until that day. We thought it was a seizure. Just not 100% sure. And, you know, the doctor came in, like I said, the neurologist came in. I wasn't even there for 30 minutes. He came in and he was like, you had a seizure. Just by what it sounds like. We're going to run some tests. We're going to keep you overnight. I was like, all right. So, they're there taking more blood out of me. They run all these tests, MRI, CT scan, all this stuff. And then they're like, well, you have to do an EEG overnight. And I've never had an EEG before. And if you guys don't know what that is, they take like 30 or 40 electrodes. But they're like little circle things, kind of. And just wires. You know, they connect to this machine. And they glue those all over your head. I had them across my forehead, you know, like behind my ears, just all throughout my head. And I had to sleep sitting straight up, like this. I had that thing hooked up for, I think, 15 hours. And it gets itchy, but you can't itch it. You can't move because, like, you're limited to, like, so much with all this stuff on your head. And that was terrible. They try to deprive you of sleep when you're in there because, you know, they try to force... Pretty much what happens when you go into a hospital for seizures, they try to force seizures upon you. They'll shine strobe lights in your eyes, you know, different speeds. They'll deprive you of sleep and they try not to let you sleep. And it's terrible. And if it happens again and I have to go to the hospital, I'm going to be hooked up to one of those things for 15 days. And like I said, guys, I'm sorry that I haven't uploaded anything, but this is why. And it's not because of what happened. I mean, I know that was like almost a month ago. And it's just because, like, you know, I made that vlog about the whole depression thing that I went through and that I struggled with. And I just felt like that now I could talk to you guys about this. And so I am. And, you know, I finally got home from the hospital and I haven't had one since. So let's just kind of like, we're going to keep it that way. Let's hope. Like I said, they don't know what caused it. But it was just kind of shitty that, like, you know, because I'm a perfectly healthy 20-year-old, that the things that people came up with, and I'm not just talking like people who didn't know me that were just like friends of family that really didn't know me personally or anything like that, but close family saying that I was doing drugs. And it wasn't even like just asking, like, was it drugs that did it? And I'm going to tell you guys right now, it was not drugs, because I don't do that. I've watched my dad struggle through drug addiction, and I see what it does to you, and I never ever want to go through that or put anybody through that, like my family, because I've seen what it did, and it literally tears your family apart. And I had like people just saying it was drugs. You know, I guarantee he was like doing cocaine, and he's a pillhead now, and he was doing this and doing that. Close family, you know, like aunts saying this stuff, and uncles, and that's shitty. To think that like your family that has known you for 20 years would say that shit about you, you know, and like try to make you look like an asshole. That pissed me off. But I just put it behind me. And, you know, I need to talk about somebody. And normally I don't talk about other YouTubers, but I need to. And I don't know this guy personally. He's not really like, I couldn't consider him a close friend or anything like that. But he has been a big help with everything I've been through. And his name is Barry Hart, or EasyNow1337, which is his YouTube. I'll put a link to his YouTube in the description of this video, because I want all of you guys to go over there and show him love and watch his videos and support him, because he's honestly probably one of the, like, I'm not even kidding, one of the nicest people I've ever talked to. Ever. I've been to counselors multiple times throughout my life. I talked to this guy for 2 days over Facebook. And it just, like, he helps so much more. And he does have a bigger YouTube. Like 40,000 subscribers, I'm pretty sure. Maybe more now. But, you know, like, for someone like me who doesn't even have 100 subs, like, that's like, wow. Like, that guy has 40,000 subscribers. How I found him, like, I just released a Black Ops 2. I noticed he was making some really sweet emblems, and I like the whole graphic design side of things, and with this new emblem editor implemented in Black Ops 2, I was like, wow, this guy's making some crazy-ass emblems. You know, I'm going to subscribe to him, and I did, and I'm glad I did. Because not only did he do emblems, he did gameplay commentaries, and he made a commentary talking about everything that he's been through in his life, and I think he's 26 years old. He's been through a lot. You know, he lives in England, Britain, the UK, whatever. And I was going through one of his videos, and I was going through the description, and I seen, you know, Facebook. And I was like, alright, I like this guy's videos, and I'll like his Facebook page. It will notify me every time, you know, he uploads a video on Facebook. I was like, alright. Clicked on the link, and I thought it was just going to be like a fan page. No. It said add friend. And I was like, wait a second. So I was like, you know, okay, that's a bad link. I checked like 4 or 5 more videos, and it was the same thing. So, you know, thinking, okay, this guy's a bigger YouTuber. He's not going to want to do with anybody like me. And I was wrong. But that's beside, I'll get to that. I added him, and the next day, they said he accepted my friend request, and I was like, what? Like, what is going on here? Like, this is weird. So I went out on a limb, and I messaged him. And because he made a commentary talking about everything he's been through, like I said, and listening to that, I felt like I could relate to a lot of it. So I messaged him and was telling him about like what I was going through and like how I felt about things. And that guy literally, you know, I didn't think he'd message me back, and he did the next day, and just gave me the greatest advice ever. After my seizures, I messaged him. He'd message me back, and he was like, listen, I hope you get better, dude. He's like, it's scary, I know. He's like, I've been through that. And I'm telling you guys, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be doing this YouTube thing anymore. I really wouldn't. I would have just quit after that. And, you know, I wouldn't be able to, like, talk to you guys about this if it wasn't for him. And, personally, Barry, if you watch this video, thank you. From the bottom of my heart, I mean that. Thank you so much, because you've given me the motivation to be able to talk about my problems. And that, you know, that advice you gave me, like, I feel like a much better person now. Like, I feel more confident in myself. You know, despite my past, I've learned to deal with it and, like, to grow off of that. Thank you so much. You are better than any, like, counselor I've ever seen. And like I said, I only know you over Facebook. I've never talked to you outside of that. But the fact that you took the time to respond to me and listen to what I had to say and help me, it just means the world to me, dude. It really does. It's one of the coolest things ever to know that there are people out there like you that will help people. And that's how I am. I want to help people too. I put people before myself most of the time, and you know, recently, because I haven't uploaded, that's why. I've been working on focusing things from me to make me grow better as a person, and it's worked. And I'm going to keep it up. But once again, Barry, thank you so much for that. Guys, if you know, ever want to, like, talk to me outside of YouTube, I will put my Facebook in the description. I will put my Twitter. Go ahead and follow me on Twitter. I follow back. Subscribe to me, like, comment, favorite, all that good stuff, because it really does help me out, guys. And then I want you to go over and subscribe to EasyNow1337. I will put a link to his YouTube in the description of this video. But, alright guys, I'm going to wrap it up. Quick couple things. Montage should be done within a couple weeks. Hopefully, my friends have been really busy with school and work, but he's pumping it out. He's pumping it out. We got all the 3D motion tracking done, and I know he's starting to sync some clips already, so that's good. I want it out by the end of the month, and I'm pretty sure that's going to happen, so keep your eyes peeled for that. That'll probably be my next upload. Once again, I'm sorry for the lack of videos. It's just like I've been focusing on a lot. I'm going to be a lot more active now. And like I said, guys, go check out EasyNow1337. And Barry, if you see this, thank you, dude. I honestly, I can't say it enough. I can't stress how much you talking to me helped. Thank you, really, from the bottom of my heart. And not only do I thank you, but my family thanks you, because I told them about you, and they think you are one of the greatest people. So, thumbs up, dude, and keep it going with the whole YouTube thing. You're doing great. And I know one day you're going to hit 1 million subscribers. And I want to be able to say I was one of your subscribers from, like, you know, 20K, 30K, whatever. But, alright guys, this is Tens, and I'm out.